Welcome back to our channel. Today is a really special treat. Usually we go over our Victorian editions and some classics, but we will be going over one of my favorite books, and I think a favorite of many, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. A beautifully illustrated edition by Jim Kay. Here you see the slipcase with a golden snitch on it in a royal purple color. The front of the book has Hogsmeade Village on it. This is a British edition, as you can see, as it is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, while the American edition is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I started reading Harry Potter when I was 14 years old, and when I had started reading it, I think 4 books were already out, and by the time I got to the 4th book, I was Harry Potter's age. And for a while, Harry Potter books were coming out on the same year, and we were always the same age, which was always fun. Of course, Harry Potter took the world by storm. People loved the books. People loved the movies. People were ransacking J.K. Rowling's house to get to manuscripts when she was still writing it. Here you can see this beautiful, beautiful edition of the book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the first chapter, The Boy Who Lived. A lovely illustration of the Dudleys, who of course took Harry Potter in after his parents were killed. Here is Hagrid dropping off Harry to the Dudleys on his motorcycle. And you get introduced to this incredibly magical world. Here's Harry in his cubby underneath the stairs, all sad before he finds out that he's a wizard. Of course, spoiled Dudley taken to the zoo for his birthday. And here is when something strange happens to Harry Potter, and he starts speaking to the snake. Later we find out it's called Parseltongue. And the glass vanishes, and the snake gets out, and Harry is blamed, but he doesn't even know what he did. And then the letters from no one, they start coming to let Harry know that he's been accepted to Hogwarts, but of course Uncle Vernon doesn't let him read it. He boards up the mail slot. He thinks that he can get away from the letters by taking them to this tiny little island. But Hagrid finds Harry. And he sits him down, and of course he says the famous words, "You're a wizard, Harry." And Harry doesn't even know that he's not only a wizard, but he's a famous wizard. That all the wizarding world knows about him. And while Hagrid is not allowed to use magic, you could see here in his pink umbrella where he gives Dudley a little tail for trying to get to Harry's birthday cake, which is the first birthday cake he's ever gotten. And Hagrid takes Harry away to take him to Diagon Alley to get him all his school supplies. And here you see Diagon Alley. It is beautiful with all the shops where Harry gets his wand and his wand and his cauldron and his books, and really is just in awe of the magical world. And he goes to Gringotts, and where he sees a pile of gold that he has. Of course, this is where he runs into his nemesis for the rest of the series, Draco Malfoy. and he takes the journey to platform 9 3/4. And I actually was in King's Cross, where they do have a little sign for 9 3/4 for the Harry Potter fans. Not only do they have that, but they actually have it, in September when school starts, they will have an announcement for the Hogwarts Express. Here, Harry meets his best friend Ron on the train, and they start collecting cards. And this is our first introduction to Hogwarts. You see this beautiful interpretation. It's gloomy, it's a little scary. And you see the ghosts of Hogwarts. And Harry gets sorted into Gryffindor after being so scared he would be made a Slytherin. Here we have Nearly Headless Nick, the Gryffindor ghost. And then moving on to the Potions Master, where, of course, Harry meets Severus Snape, who he is scared of for the rest of his time at Hogwarts, as Snape, for some reason seems to hate Harry. But later on, we find out, of course, that Snape was trying to save Harry all the time. We have this is for the herbology class. You can see how wonderful it is here with the wonderful colors and everything. And then moving on to the Midnight Duel. Here you see Draco actually stealing Neville's Remember Ball from him while they were having their first lesson in flying. And Harry goes after Draco to get it back for Neville, and that's when Professor McGonagall sees that he's an excellent flyer and decides that he should be the youngest seeker on the Quidditch team for Gryffindor House. Here are the knights in the castle. Another ghost. And then it's Halloween at Hogwarts. And here you see the Quidditch pitch, really, really interesting. The colors that are used, it's beautiful and orange. And here you have the troll that comes in to the castle, and this is a wonderful scene where Harry and Ron save Hermione from the troll and, of course, become the best of friends afterwards. Here's Harry fighting the troll. And here's Wonderful Guide to Trolls by Newt Scamander, who, of course, you see in later movies after the Harry Potter franchise, which I actually do love those movies. I think it keeps some of the magic of the Harry Potter world alive. But this is really great, Guide to Trolls. And then you have the first Quidditch match that Harry is in. Of course, he's so nervous about what's going on. And all of a sudden, his broom starts acting very strangely and tries to push him off. And everybody's looking up, scared. What is going on? Here you have Harry flying super quickly. And of course, he is saved. The picture of Ron. And then here you have the Mirror of Erist, which shows you your deepest desire, which for Harry, who is an orphan, is him being part of a happy family. And here's Harry talking to Dumbledore about that, and Dumbledore in his infinite wisdom. When Harry asks what he would see, he says, everybody always gives me books, but I'd love a nice pair of socks. And here is the chapter about Nicholas Flamel, where Hermione, of course, goes to the library to find out who Nicholas Flamel is and finds that he is the maker of the Philosopher's Stone. And here we have Norbert, the Norwegian Ridgeback, which of course is a dragon that somehow comes into the possession of Hagrid. The Norwegian Ridgeback makes its way back into Harry Potter in the 4th book. Here you see the dragon, and you see, of course, Hogwarts in all its gloominess. And since there was the midnight duel where Harry and Hermione and Ron and Draco got in trouble, they got sent into detention and they have to go to the Forbidden Forest. Here is a beautiful picture of the Forbidden Forest and a unicorn that somebody has hurt, which is a huge crime in the wizarding world. Not only is it a crime in the wizarding world because it would just make it's a terrible price to pay, and who would do that? So Harry and his friends find out there's a trap door that is guarded, and they think that Professor Snape is going after the Philosopher's Stone. Here you see Fluffy, the 3-headed dog. They get past Fluffy, and they go through some more trials to get to the Philosopher's Stone. Here is Wizard's Chess, which Ron is very good at. And then there's the Man with Two Faces. And of course, Harry Potter finally sees that it's not Professor Snape trying to get through the door, but it's very meek, mild, scared Professor Quirrell. Professor Quirrell has a secret. Voldemort has taken him over, and you could see Voldemort peeking out here. Voldemort doesn't have his own body at this point in time. That's why he was drinking the unicorn blood. He was really trying to get some of his powers back. Here is a picture of Harry, who finally gets the Philosopher's Stone. And this is the celebration that not only Dumbledore decided to give points to Gryffindor so they could win the House Cup, but the final points that went to Neville for standing up to his friends, which at times is even harder than standing up to your enemies. And then a final picture of not a gloomy, but of a beautiful Hogwarts. Here is some more pictures of Hogwarts, and this is a very beautiful, huge picture of Diagon Alley. You could see here all the stores that you know and love from the Harry Potter universe. These editions of the Harry Potter books, they have made 3 of them now. They're fairly expensive, but really, really worth the price. As you can see, just the wonderful illustrations. Of course, Harry Potter is a children's book, though many, many adults love it. So these illustrations really bring you into the world. Not only that, but of course there are the movies that bring you into the world. There is Harry Potter in concert that we are going to see, where a symphony plays the score that we're listening to now for Harry Potter. We've gone to the Harry Potter store in New York, where they have a 3D game, really ride, that feels like you're flying around Hogwarts. It's so much fun, and it really feels like you're flying in a room, and you have all Hagrid and all the wonderful characters there, and you could have spells there. So obviously the Harry Potter world is vast with Harry Potter Village in Universal Studios in Florida. I've been to the one in California. But it all started with Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This first book and just the introduction to the boy who lived. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Like and subscribe, and we will be showing some more of these wonderful editions that we have. Thank you.